The media. No.
So, with everything going on in the world, here we go. So, you can do this warm-up standing. You can also take advantage of the floor. The floor, especially if there's a lot going on, if you're really agitated, the more floor work I find, the better. So this channel sequence, again, which can be done standing quickly, can also, in a longer sequence, be done on the floor. So that's what I'm going to show you all right now. So there's standing, jaw, ha-la-la-la, tongue, ha-la, ha-la, ha-ya-ya-ya, he-ya-ya-ya, and then hi. So I literally could do all that in 30 seconds standing. However, if, again, I really want the support of the floor, you start with the jaw. So one of the nice things about doing the jaw on the floor is my neck, my head is supported by the floor, so my neck can really let go. You massage down here, smooth down, and then eventually come to, can everyone see me okay? Yeah, feel free to move around. Is to shake the jaw. The trick is, some people feel the sound fall back. You still want that support, and it's like what we were working with Cam, that up and over. Really free through my neck. It feels wonderful. If I do side on pitch, I want to finish with speaking. Still up and over. So I can take even longer, but that's the jaw on the floor. The next thing you come to is you return to the diagonal stretch. Now you may want to come on to this side, our cinematographer. So the only difference between this and the diagonal stretch that you know is you find that soft palate. You picture that the root of the tongue is actually down here, and you're going to stretch all the way from down there and go. If you feel your jaw coming forward, you can. Notice it's not getting caught. I'm not going. So you do that a few times each side. Picturing the tongue stretching from down here. Wide open channel. You can do that as much as you like. Then both knees come up. Just like before, you're shaking, but now you're adding a tongue loosening. Still that up and over. Do that on each side. Right? So there's that. You do this thing. So I'm bouncing the pelvis as I'm loosening the tongue. So it's the same sequence as before, but now with tongue loosening. Now we come to something new. This is called the banana stretch.
Oh.
Very technical. So if you're a neuroscientist, guess why it's called banana? Because you start in the semi-fetal and you arch into a banana. The trick is, so it's an explosive movement through your spine and body.
That's crazy.
Your soft palate's reflecting that. So you start like this and you go. And at the pinnacle, this is where some people get lost. At the pinnacle, you breathe out. And then you come back here. So you're not returning back into smallness as you're, so it's. As much as you like, a breath side takes you to the other side. You can finish with speaking it, and then I'll just come back over here. You then come into the child's pose, the folded leaf, and here, You think gravity can allow the sound to stay forward. He ya 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 la 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 ma ma ma. He ya 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 la 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 ma 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 ma. Cool? Great. Here's something also you can do. My favorite. Hi ya 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 ya. Hi ya 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 ya. If you can shake the legs. Cool? Now I'm gonna do this next part super quick, but this will be the part I teach after we do this video. So what I'll ask you to do is come on all four onto your front like this and let a big sigh fall out. I don't know if you can see because of this vest. We've spent a lot of time focusing on the diaphragm and softening through the belly. Here we start changing the vocabulary and we spend more attention focusing on the breath in the back. So notice as I sigh, the back is going up. I also have an experience of this. The other thing going on, I usually ask people what do they feel, but I'll just keep moving it ahead, is the tailbone on the incoming breath is rounding down. Right? Everyone see that? Everyone get that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's important. Let me show you why. It's very subtle. I don't want to start breathing on stage going like that. That would be weird. However, if my thought on the incoming breath is that the tailbone's going up, I run the risk of hyperextending. Just taking breath this way and hyperextending and actually closing in my back. We talked about there's tons of room. If I think about my tailbone grounding or rounding down or anchoring me, notice what happens. I'm still going to breathe this way, but watch what happens in my back. See how it opens up for the breath rather than hyperextending. So the tailbone rounding down is really useful. So that's the vocabulary. When we come to something called the hum train. First thing here is you just want to lift and drop your tailbone, still breathing freely. A lot of people, especially if you get into your head, lose contact with the sacrum. If this, the solar plexus, is feeling, this down here is will. I don't know if you've done chakra work and any of the other classes, but this is I am. I am and I want. I feel, I love, but I am and I want. A part that can be useful to reclaim if it's gone wandering. Did for me. It's a part of you, very strong mother, just based on what we were doing before in the text work, giving my own power to someone outside of me. And this part being weaker when I first started, like when I went to RADA, they were like, you got to get in touch with the earth. Getting more in touch with myself and what am I feeling? And yes, I care about others, but let me not lose sight of myself. So just lifting and dropping the sacrum can help. And then what happens is we start to arch and round. So this is a bit like cat-cow in yoga or a movement class, but the difference is the tailbone initiates each of these movements. Not the entire spine at once, not my head. The tailbone initiates this. I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah.
It's like a snake undulating. It's my tailbone, right? So I do that a few times. First I can just do it to feel free, but then I want to bring that sort of more precise thought to it. And what Kristen writes about is, you have a line of text. You can think if each word is a vertebra or a spine. And the more I'm thinking vertebra by vertebra by vertebra here, the more I'm sort of not just thinking generally and kind of just sloppily not paying attention, but the more I'm sharpening my mind. And her argument is it actually helps with text too. Right, so you do that. Then moving forward, what we want to eventually get to after arching and rounding is you add the soft palate. You add the soft palate. So you start with the flat back. Again, notice how the tailbone is going to initiate this. You'll go. In breath is the tailbone rounding down. I'll slow it down. Nice in breath. Out breath is coming. I then want to add sound. This is where it becomes the hum train. The image is, this is like Grand Central or a major hub. The sound is like a train riding along the track, which is your spine, and then it just comes out, falls forward. Looks like this. And here I'm not thinking jaw down, I'm thinking my upper jaw lifts up and away. I can add this. What this is doing is, I mean, number one, it feels great in my back, but sort of like when you're dropping down the spine and getting bounced back up, with this soft palate stuff, like we can start really focusing up here and losing sight of my body and my breath dropping down. Because I'm starting the sequence, soft palate, thinking of my tailbone and the breath dropping down here. It's really helping me to anchor the experience deep in my body as I open up through the channel. Does that make sense? One more time, it looks like this. I can do that as much as I want. That's all in the book. This, what I'm about to show you, isn't, but Kristen taught it at Columbia. You can also do it sitting up like this. This is now getting us towards the chest resonator, which is be next. So you do that. That's the hum train. Last thing, then we'll finish up. You come into the squat. You let the right leg come out, and you'll point and flex this. So if your legs are really tight, so if you're feeling ungrounded, whatever, and this area is really tight, point and flexing this, patting down the leg, really trying to find more freedom through here. Then, on a soft palate stretch, you'll breathe in and go to the other side. But here's the thing.
You've done Suzuki.
Same similar concept, but not Suzuki. My center, we've just worked on the tailbone, right? The anchor down. Notice I'm not going up in my body. I'm still thinking, breathing down. But I'm very much in my legs. Once I get to the other side, same thing here. Pointing and flexing, that's what helps to relieve the tension, right? And then once I've done that a few times, I'll do the same thing, this time add sound. This is what it looks like. My tongue and my foot are coordinated. Almost feels like my mouth is back here. What we're going for, just like what we were exploring with everyone, with Cam today, with everyone, the breath is really anchoring down in that channel. So if this is I am, this is what I want, this is what's going on inside of me, there's this open channel. It's not about sounding right or wrong or any of it. There's this open channel. Nothing's getting in the way, and I'm opening up the soft palate, so there's all this space as I'm very low in my body. For the sound to come through. Another simple way to guide, am I moving in the right direction? It just feels pleasurable. It doesn't feel like anything's blocked or uncomfortable. It just feels good to express myself. Do that a few times, and then then I can come up. The thing I like to finish with is, instead of a ma, the soft palate and the back of the tongue come together, nai. Notice my jaw's not going crazy. That'll be Cupid's love dart, so Valentine's Day's coming up, so be careful.
It already happened.
Nai. Here's the nai. And again, I'm not looking to push the sound or force it forward. I'm gathering the vibration. Now it's done on the lips, between the soft palate and the tongue. I'm just releasing it, and the sound comes forward. Nai. Again, it should feel really vulnerable, maybe scary, but free and pleasurable too. Shaking it down. Checking back in with sound. Cool? Cool?